I'm really sorry. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna be mad. I know we're not hitting any goals tonight. I know that the numbers are gonna be shit. I'm prepared for it because nobody wants to see the video turn on and see this shit. I get it. I got it. I understand. I know. Believe me. I'm aware. Ooh, by the way, there's like a feedback thing in that intro music. I might have to grab a new video for that. See if you can hear it. Just a second. There's a little, like a high-pitched thing. You know what? You'd have to be remarkably autistic to hear it. Never mind. Welcome to the show. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. I believe I've killed April. I think she's dead. I gave her my throat condition from last week, but she added, like, her body takes whatever virus I give her and then adds shit to it. Like, you heard me all last week. I hosted every single show. I didn't miss a day. And there were some days where I'd come on, it was, hey, good morning, and my voice would strain. But I didn't miss a show. April, and we thought it was a cute laryngitis, or adorable laryngitis. We thought it was laryngitis, and I just powered through it and, sucked down a bunch of cough drops and meth medicine and shit like that. And then eventually, over the weekend, I got better. And now April has a sore throat, but she's thrown on a fever and chills. So I think I killed her. I think by the end of the show, I might go back upstairs and she might be dead. So, look, I get it. I understand if you're upset. I get if, I would hope that you'd stick with us. I hope you'd hit like. I hope you'd hit subscribe, the whole deal. By the way, I'm done updating people on whether or not we hit 10,000. I know we will eventually at some point, and I will be happy, and that will be the last number I ever chase. But my heart can't take the fucking with that you guys do. You guys fuck with me way too much on that, and it's the one thing you guys do to dick with me that I can't handle. Everything else I can handle. Small channels have been watching every single one of our moves and stream sniping our shows, trying to figure out how they can be steel toe, and they still haven't cracked the code yet, and I've had no problem with that. I laugh at that. But for some reason, my own audience fucking with me on statistics, that I can't handle. And that's how you know nothing else gets to me. I will openly admit when something fucks with my head. So I'm not going to mention it anymore. I'm not going to celebrate the number. It's ruined for me. It's done. It's over. We're going to hit the number eventually. When we do, I'll be happy. And that's what I am. I'm a 10K channel. That's it. I'm just a 10K channel from here until whatever the next thing is we do for Steel Toe. Because a podcast on YouTube cannot be the end of the line. That would be sad. I don't want to be these 50, 60-year-old guys who are doing it as their backup plan because a comedy career didn't work out. I can't do that. I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to look my children in the eye. So this has to be like a pit stop to something else. But I'm a 10K guy. That's all right. 10K is the way to be. 10K in the month of the gay. But I can't sit here and look at it during the show. I can't sit here and promote it during the show. You guys fuck with me too hard. I tap, you win. You know me, I'll always tap when I've had enough. I tap, you win. Oh. But where was I? Oh, yes. I know that tonight it's statistically going to be fucked. People are going to tune in. They're just going to see me, and they're going to go, where's the girl? I'm fucking out of here. I get that. I understand. I hope you stick around. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. I know the goal is probably shot right in the ass. I don't expect that the goal will be hit tonight. Which is 2:30. The morning show audience got into it a little bit, and we appreciate that. Although Cody 33C starting us off with $4.99. Who knows? Maybe we will hit it tonight. Maybe you guys are going to go ape shit and get weird and go, oh, Aaron, you're still giving us a show in the face of this virus that's going around your home. Here's a little respect and a couple of shekels. Hey, cool, awesome, great. If not, I came into tonight's show thinking viewership down, money down. I went into it thinking that because I'm a realistic guy. One thing that people should love about this show is that we're very self-aware, very self-deprecating, and I think like Pickwick Pub said today, unlike these other podcasts, we give you actual content. The shit changes day to day. It's not the same fucking tired horse shit all the time. I actually, for 2 hours a day, will sit and prep a show. Let's go to Marquise and see what he's got. How you doing, buddy?
Where is she? Where is she, you pig fuck? What did you do to April?
I killed her.
If you fucking hurt her, we are fucking throwing hands at the party. Where is she?
I got her sick. I made her ill. It was my cum. Hey, Stevie Lou. Hey, Stevie Lou, you hear what I said to this half a gay? I told him that I used my cum and I made her sick. I got her sick with my goo, Stevie Lou. All right, sorry, go ahead.
You gave her swine flu, you fuck.
I gave her, well, I mean, if it was you, hey, at least she didn't get sick from you. It would have been monkeypox.
This fucking guy. I swear to God.
I mean, monkeypox or sickle cell, am I right?
Fucking asshole. Fuck you.
That was a gay and a black joke.
Yeah. You're, I fucking, Jesus. Bye.
See you later, buddy. Take it easy.
Later, man.
Blackachew / Marquise / half straight, half gay, black guy. All right. So I don't remember where I was. All I know is there's people like Wallsball who say, no, April, I'm out. I hope that's not the case. I hope you stick around. I hope you watch the show. We're going to have a great time. However, yeah, Rex Start parody account calling it the April Imholt Memorial Show. That would be fine. Maybe we knock tonight's goal out. I don't think we do. But we will see. George Kokinis says, please bury her in a pet cemetery and bring her back. Red Fox Mad says, what happened to April? I hope that she's okay. She has the strep throat. She got the cancer. She died on a Tuesday. Nothing I can do. Carrie C., we don't want her to get obese and hacky. That would be terrible if we got her that kind of soup. Why does April have a mustache? Michael B. says, mulch her. I don't think we're there yet on the mulching, but a lot of get wells in the chat. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, Erin sounds like she needs some Alka-Seltzer cough and cold. I can send over some manufacturer's coupons. Holy shit, that's really generous. Thank you. Hobo Chili Recipe says, see, I told you, Erin and Chad made a blood oath to get rid of April. I swear I'm not marrying Chad Zumach. See, if he would have just put me on the uninvite list from his wedding, nobody would have the theory that we're going to fucking get married. Return Trip says, new followers dwindling. Absolutely. Once you get up to a certain number, you've kind of reached critical mass. What are you going to do? First, second mic from the great beyond, says Carlos Camejo. No 10K because you gay, says King of All This. Whatever. We're going to fucking hit it eventually, whether it's tomorrow, 2 days from tomorrow, 2 years from now. We're going to hit it eventually. All I'm saying is you guys have taken the fun out of reaching it for me because of the way you fuck with me when I bring it up. So I'm not going to celebrate it. We won't do a big thing for it. My own audience. See, nobody outside Steel Toe can hurt Steel Toe. Only Steel Toe can hurt Steel Toe. You guys, I'm not kidding. You guys took the fun of it for me. I'm not going to celebrate it. Like, you guys go right there and then back it up. So I'm not, I just like that it's our own audience that does it. That makes me really happy. But, yeah, I'm just not going to worry about it. Just, if it happens, it happens. Taste Fairy says, how jealous are you that Corey got to hang out with Kumia, Gavin, and Alex Jones this weekend? Jealous. I thought that was really awesome. I thought that was very cool. No, why would I be jealous about that? My buddy got to hang out with cool people. I think that's great. James McKeon says, win by 2 wants to be Red Bar, not Steel Toe. Yeah, not him. No, he wants to be Red Bar. He wants to, I think they all want to have the data that we rack up, is what it is. Aaron can handle his dead wife, but God forbid that 10K shadow, says Alex Bernal. Exactly. I can handle April's impending death. I can't handle not hitting 10,000. That's all. You got to sell out and worship the left to get big, says Return Trip. We'll get there. We'll get there. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, can you start doing the subscriber count like a morning zoo doing the time? No, because then all of you will start fucking with me. Can't do that. Hobo Chili Recipe says, sorry, it's somber right now. I've only been here maybe a month and a half and you've already killed her off. Return Trip says, is this reverse psychology? It's not reverse psychology at all. I don't think the numbers are going to be good tonight. I don't think we're going to hit the goal. Look, man, I know what the score is. Johnny and I do good shows together, but we're not April. April draws the money and the attention. I understand that. It's great that we have people that do different things. I've always liked that. I've always encouraged that about this show. Alex Bernal with $5 says, I hear you loud and clear, boss. Unsubbing as ordered. Fuck you. Just fuck you. What am I supposed to do? 220 away from tonight's goal. D. Gulag says, Aaron is still entertaining on his own. It's almost like I've done this for a really long time and could do it in my sleep. James McKeon says, lots of bots on YouTube, too. Why do you care about 10K? Guess it's good to have goals. Yeah, I'm an aspirational guy. What can I say? I'm ambitious. I want to hit a certain number. It looks pretty. That's all. The 10 looks nicer than the 9, looks nicer than the 8. Rex Dart Parody account says, it's obvious this is all part of your plan to marry Chad. Rincewind, Aaron, you've mastered misogyny, and now you can give diseases to women. I really am. I'm the Darth Plagueis the Wise of misogynists. It's kind of nice. Hobo Chili Recipe says, when Marquise called in, Ooga Booga is all he heard. Well, I mean, you know what? That's my fault. I have to do a better job translating. All right, guys, I got to skip around in the chat a little bit. K. Fallen the Great says, I hope April recovers quickly from her breast implant surgery. Yeah, she saw Zia get it, and she said, I got to catch up to that bitch. And I told her, honey, that's not something we need to do. And, I come home a couple hours later, comes back, tits all cut up. We'll see how they heal. Kane J says, I'm not bringing it up anymore. Bringing it up 2 minutes later. Fuck you. Shut up. I don't care. I'm going to be like Chad now. I don't care. I don't care. Aaron, bad people are talking about you, says Soft Weekly. Soft, bad people are talking about me all of the time. It's part of the thing that comes with people chasing you. When people are beneath you, they try to I did it to people on my way up. It's what you do, Soft. You go and you chase the people that you want to overtake. That's how the game works. I overtook a lot of people in our first year here on YouTube. A lot of people who have been here for 10, 15, almost 20 years. And I made a lot of enemies doing that. But all I did was do a good show. So don't you worry, Soft, my new buddy, Soft Weekly. Bad people will always be talking about Steel Toe. Look, man, you got to give me this. I'm very talk-aboutable, if you want to put it that way. I'm a conversation piece. There's no fucking denying that. We do a very good show here. People get mad, and I'm a discussion piece. That's for sure. Marquise with $12 says, no April, no money for you, and then gives us $12. Now that's some fucked up reverse psychology shit. 210 away from tonight's goal. Thank you, guys. B. Smiley says, send Soft the link. Ooh, that's interesting. Send Soft the link. I do not hate this. Discussable, says Triple N. Is that what I am? I'm discussable. Dat Pixon says Johnny and April are both eye candy, and one is clearly more valuable than the other. We all actually listen for you, Aaron. Oh, I thank you very much, but everybody plays their part. Robert Darth Mode becoming a member for 5 months. He says, can someone unshackle April from the basement? This is the basement. I'm hiding nothing. Roots Calhoun, except my sexuality. Roots Calhoun says your goal should be taking care of April's final wishes, you selfish piece of shit. I'm sorry. I will work on it. I apologize. Okay, let's do the refreshing of everything, and let's see where we sit this evening. I want to thank Michael G., who threw in a couple of bucks this morning, $5. He says, for the Imholt Zumach affair. Thank you, Mike G. We've also got Alrix says, actually, that's worth $10. Well, thank you, buddy. $10 from him. And Scarface with $5 says the Juneteenth celebration continues. Apparently, people get angry when you let your emotional support pit bulls off the leash at a movie theater while dancing with a banana and illegally pirating a movie with vibrant culture commentary. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's the way they are. And they all come here. 195. You guys are already under 200. Fuck it. Just do the whole thing. Why not? Fuck it. Do it. Who gives a shit? I said we weren't going to hit the goal tonight because there's no April, but we'll see. April showing up in the chat, however, says, if you're truly that gay, why not just set me free instead of getting me sick? I have a long game. Long fellow. So I don't know if Soft wants the link. Maybe it's something we do later tonight. I don't know. I know what I do want to do. I missed Kumia's show this afternoon because the kids were here, of course. Can't listen to the boss man with the kids here. But I heard that Gino got completely fucked up. And then his girlfriend, Keanu, tweeted out texts he was sending her. He was sending like lovey texts and talking about how much fun Anthony is. And he just sounded really fucking drunk. Really drunk. And I kind of wanted to call him during the show here and see what he said. Because I've got to see. I still haven't been able to watch it today. I want to see if Gino's is fucked up as they tell me he was. D. Gulag says Shuli was on. Now, here's the problem with Shuli being on there. Were people setting me up this morning, or was Shuli really talking shit? Because I really buried Shuli hard today. Like on the morning show, it was funny, and it was all truthful and accurate, but it was not stuff that I would just say openly without prompting, without being shit on first. I don't know if Pickwick Pub was setting me up or what, but Pickwick Pub's like, oh yeah, Shuli's pissed about the Ray interview you did and you shit on producer Joe. Well, I'm sorry, but producer Joe is worthless and he's a complete scumbag. If I can't talk shit about him without Shuli getting butthurt, then I don't know what to tell you. Gino sounded like Aaron after 4 beers. They're saying the BS show was a bitch fest this morning. Okay, well then, watch us. Watch this show. We're not a bitch fest. We sit here talk about the news, which I've got a bunch of stories and topics ready for today. Soft says, I think Fatty Pink Bar is assembling an army with you against you, saying you'll never make 10K. Ooh, not Fatty Pink Bar. Oh, boy. That's not. Look out. In the words of Helen Kushnick, ooh, good luck, Mighty Mouse. A little fatter than Mighty Mouse, but still. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says producer Joe is banned from every store in Brevard County. I hope his children never learn how to read. I hope he doesn't have kids. But that's just me. Yeah, people were saying they were coming over to our show and they were saying, God, at least you do stuff. You know, at least it's not just the same fucking shit all the time. Alex Bernal says they recalled your text with Bob. They kept piping in, calling you a pussy from Minnesota. And he agreed. You mean the text with Bob where I told him that Chad's antics were going to end up falling on him if he wasn't careful? That fucking text? You know, the one that was a fucking Nostradamus-like prediction? That text? Yes, I'm very proud of that text. It aged remarkably well, because guess what? I got the fuck out of the way, and the dumpster landed on Bob and his family like I fucking told him it would, because he was working with a psychopath. Bob got all bent out of shape when it was his family, but when it was my family, it was all fair game. And again, I like Bob. We made up over that whole thing, unless he's doing a radio thing now where he says he's not. I don't know. I didn't hear the show. I don't watch the show. But they recalled the text. You mean the text where I fucking called the next 3 months of their life because I've been doing this long enough to see people for what they are? People saying Bob didn't say much as usual. Well, then I fucking love Bob. I love Bob Levy. I'm not going to shit on, again, not going to shit on anyone who's not shitting on me. But, I mean, if you're still butthurt over that text, I hate to pull a Gino, but I'm sorry I was right. I'm sorry that I predicted your future. As I say to every other streamer who wants to mimic me, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Imholt. I should be writing your welcome cards half my days. Pickwick Pub says, Aaron, I wouldn't lie. They were talking hard shit about you and your show. Sorry. I do it. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the show that Bob Levy would call me about when he was watching every morning and said, Oh, yeah, I think Shuli and I are going to start doing a morning show 5 days a week now because I see you getting up and doing a show every morning. The BS show runs 5 times a day as inspired by Steel Toe. Let them say opposite and lie to your face. Let them say opposite and lie to your face. And I don't dislike those guys other than Joe. He's a fucking worm. But the rest of them, I just want to keep people honest. That's all. Just keeping people honest. That's it. So anyway, and again, love Bob. Scarface says Shuli was acting like a real Yenta. Look, there's certain aspects of Shuli's identity and personality that he's never going to be able to escape, and I don't think he should be held responsible for that. It's not his fault. All right, I want to call Gino and see how fucked up he is. Just want to see if he answers his phone and if he's completely shithouse. Jesse Klink said, Joe said he'd fight you. Set it the fuck up, please. Set it up. Can't bring his gun, though, and I'm not 70, so that might be tough. Let's see if drunken Gino is available. Probably not. I'm guessing he's not. If he's even awake anymore at this point. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting
Your call has been forwarded to.
Somebody might be enjoying themselves quite a bit. April says, why do you old men yell at each other so much? I'm just really good at it. I don't know. It's tough. Tim says, Aaron, do you want to explain that bracelet? Yes. My kids made this for me for Father's Day. This is something the kids made, so I'm wearing that because the kids made it. You want to call me gay now, bro? Thank you, Marquise, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. People saying Aaron 0 for 2 on Gino calls this week. So far, I'm 0 for 2 on Gino calls. All right, guys, we got to get to the show. Alarix, becoming a member for his 13th month, says Aaron is a good dad. Oh well, thank you, appreciate that. Phoenix says, I'd say gay, but the fact that your kids gave it to you, it's kind of the opposite. Thank you. Alex says, my kids gave me some money to buy me a present. It's a little impersonal, but I guess it works. Okay, guys, let's move into some things. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. We've got no April, but you guys are pushing that goal pretty nicely, I have to say. Where are we at? 195, 190, somewhere around there. 195. There's the Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, all that shit. Keep it going. Don't mind me. Hit the like button, of course. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We really do appreciate all of your support. Boy, guys, it is really raining shit on Pennsylvania lately. I mean, first of all, you got Kensington, and you've got all those neighborhoods in Pennsylvania where people, I mean, they look like they've turned into zombies. I won't say they've literally turned into zombies because they haven't literally turned into zombies, but they look like zombies. They're taking, what's it called? Trank, which is a demon mixture of different fucking chemicals. And so you had that. You had the homeless problem. You had the rows and rows of streets that are just littered with garbage and needles and all that stuff. Then you have Fetterman. So there's another disaster. Then you have this road that's fallen in on itself. You have an overpass that fell down into a highway, like their main highway, I-95. And now we had another I-95 incident this weekend. Let's take a look at this one and tell me if you'd want to be involved in anything like this.
So we are taking a look at this crash on State Road. So apparently Randy's been talking to police on the scene. The pole appears to just have crashed randomly onto this car, collapsed onto it. So right now, State Road is shut down. This is the deep.
A fucking light pole. Or an electric pole. I'm sorry, a power line. An entire electric pole just fell down onto this car. I'm sorry, but if you're driving down a major highway and an electric pole goes through your roof, it was just your day to get fucked up. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. That's just one of those final destination type things. Sorry.
detour to 95 southbound, and all those drivers forced off at Cottman Avenue. So now the detour is being detoured. It looks like drivers are being forced further up on Cottman to Torresdale Avenue, and these smaller neighborhood streets are getting really jammed, and we're seeing a lot of gridlock out.
Isn't this just the hint to leave? I mean, what needs to happen? Do the four horsemen of the apocalypse need to show up on Princeton Avenue in Philadelphia before people go, or Pennsylvania, Philadelphia? Yeah, I had it right. Before people take the hint and fucking scram. Where do people go from Pennsylvania typically? Isn't it Delaware? They go from Pennsylvania because of the taxes or whatever. Jesus Christ. So this is the detour for I-95 because some asshole caused the overpass to fall down. And now on the detour, a fucking electric pole fell down. So the infrastructure in Pennsylvania is just rotting and going to shit. Basically, Pennsylvania's infrastructure is doing its best impression of John Fetterman. And just the whole thing's falling apart.
Out there, it's very, very slow. So I would avoid 95 this morning, even if you were planning to just stick out that detour and those delays, because these side streets are really backed up. Traffic is moving, but you can see how slow. It's really barely moving at all. Stick to it.
Kind of shitting your pants, too, if you take a look there. Like, you're kind of shitting your pants on every overpass in Philadelphia at this point. I mean, after what happened at 95. That's like Minnesotans and bridges for a little while after the 35 bridge collapse. Every bridge you went over, you were like, oh, shit, is this another one that's going to fall apart? I wonder if it's the same thing with Philly at this point. Triple N says 95, 95, 95. Can I be a senator now? Phoenix said, how'd that go again? Yeah, I tried to do some explosion noises. It didn't work out that well. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, I-95, more like try 95 streets down, am I right? Oh, you hear that, Stevie Lou? He says try 95 more streets. Holy shit with this fucking guy. He's running gas stations and he's making fucking jokes. Who's running the hoagie stand? Denise? Tim with $4.99 says, didn't mean anything by it. I was just asking. I can appreciate that. I'm a dad as well. It's okay. I'm wearing a gay bracelet. Since when can't you make fun of a guy wearing a gay bracelet? I'm telling you. If you can't make fun of a guy wearing a gay bracelet, America's dead. We've lost to the communists. 190 away from hitting today. Hitting the goal without April. That would be insane. New Band. New Band says, I'm encouraged that a plain-looking dude, a dude who isn't all that clever, a dude with very little charm, can get a young hottie like April. It's super encouraging. Well, thank you very much. I mean, hey, wait a minute. I think he's talking about me. Very little charm. How dare you? I'm the most charming guy in this space. New Band. Let's see. Plain-looking dude. I'll take that one. Isn't all that clever. Remarkably clever. The insults can't hit if they're not true. And very little charm. I beg to differ, sir. Young hottie, accurate. Okay, so you know what? You're batting about 500. That'll get you in the bigs. He says, actually, I'm a huge fan, my guy. I know. I'm playing along with what you did. I'm playing along. You see, I know that most of the podcasts in this space get really sensitive about that kind of shit. They don't play along. They just start yelling and screaming. I wanted to, play back at you a little bit. Like, a little game of ping pong. That's all. Triple N says, but he does acknowledge you have some charm. Thank you. New Band says, you must have dick game. None whatsoever, but thank you. See, I just want to take all of his actual compliments and I want to reject them. And then the ones that are insulting, I want to argue them. Roots Calhoun says, Aaron, your cardboard cutout of Mike Lindell is more endearing than you'll ever be. He is a sweetheart, isn't he? Let's get him onto the microphone. There we go, Mike. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, Aaron literally looks like he could be in the photo on the wiki for Tater Tot Hot Dish. He is common man incarnate. Thanks. I appreciate that. The wiki for Tater Tot Hot Dish is too good of a line for me to even fight back. It's too perfect. See, people like Annoyed Wawa Supervisor need to have shows, not these fucking hacks who just get angry and pissy and go over the line. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor would have shut down Steel Toe and we would have never had beef with that one line. He looks like he should be on the photo for the photo on the wiki for Tater Tot Hot Dish. It's brilliant. Why is it that all the talented people are in the chat and all the hacks are doing shows? I don't understand. Root says, look at him hugging that pillow like he loves it. Do you ever hug April like that? Of course I do. All the time. I've held April multiple times today. Even when the surface of her skin burns me because of her illness, trying to sweat out all the toxins and the disease, I still hold on. And then afterwards I go, ooh, you should take a cold shower or something. You are disgusting. Aaron's leukemia angel. I still don't get that one, but I like it. Wait, April passed away? I'm not contagious, so don't blame me. It's all right. It's all right. Tourist note says, beyond average looking little fella. Beyond average looking, that means above average. Thank you. I thought you hated me. And here you are telling me that I'm above average. I mean, kind of gay, but it's fine. If we meet the goal, can we get April for overtime? That's a good idea. Would April come down for a little overtime if we knocked out the goal? That's it. You'd have to ask her. Aaron's leukemia angel says, yeah, he hugged April like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Oh. But then I'd kill her. Oh. So who has to put me down then, Johnny? Tourist note says, hate, I adore. Well, I mean, of course you do. Why else would you say that I'm a fucking above average guy? You know what I mean? George Zimmerman says, Aaron's all we need. Well, and a gun was all you needed, George. Okay, we got some things to talk about tonight. We've got to one topic in a half hour. I think we can do a little bit better than that. 190 away today. Thank you guys very much for all your help. And also, for those of you just joining us and asking, April says, you're getting my mom sick now. Look what you've done. Well, no, that wouldn't be me. That would not have been me. I wasn't sick when she came here on Saturday. That must have been you harboring the virus. That's what it is. Doris Note says the A and Ray show is needed weekly. I don't think I can do a show with Ray once a week. I'm sorry. I can't. I got nothing against Ray. I just, got my own shit going on. That's all. I do 8 shows a week. My dance card's full. And a compound special every month. Oh, I just too busy. Sorry. I got to get to some of you, and then we'll go to our next thing here. The next thing's going to piss you off. Remember the guy from FTX, the crypto trading thing? Remember how we said that he seemed to have a lot of friends in really high places and that he might be a psyop to tank the crypto market on behalf of the government? I always feel really paranoid when I come up with that shit in the beginning. And then as the articles start to roll out and the news starts to progress, I just go, why do I ever feel weird about that? Why do I ever feel guilty? Why do I ever feel like a crazy person when it plays out exactly like you thought it was going to be? Eddie S. says, being 6'4" helps make up for the Charlie Brown hairdo, I guess. Every time. And by the way, it's an unknown Hinson hairdo, fuckface. Not Charlie Brown. Show some respect to the king. You could still be contagious for a while after you feel better. All right, well, fair enough. Fair enough. LOS is calling me patient zero. Yes, for this and AIDS and monkeypox. My blood is medicine. Alex says, curiosity, if Aaron steps away, would Mike get more super chats? I don't know. I'll go take a piss later in the show. We'll see if any money comes in. How about that? April says, I'll go peacefully now. It's all over. Yeah, I pretty much killed everyone. Nana Zumok says, Aaron thinks doing his show with a cardboard cutout is better than with a real person. Me? No, I love my co-hosts. How dare you try to get things started? What is this, the Shuli Network? Rebel the Uncanny says, I love Unknown Hinson. As you should. As you should. And I'm glad that LOS is going to look at who Unknown Hinson is so we can see who my dad is. And we can know where my hairdo came from. Here, let's get some pictures of Unknown Hinson. There we go. That's the king, baby. Look at that. Tell me that's not my pops. That's the one and only king, Unknown Hinson. You might know him from Squidbillies. He's on there also. He's got some bangers for music. He's actually he was in Billy Bob Thornton's band. I can't remember what his real name is, but he tweeted some shit about Dolly Parton. I know this sounds unrelated, but he tweeted some political shit about Dolly Parton. He's a really conservative dude. And he had to quit Billy Bob Thornton's band, the Boxmasters. And he had to stop being Unknown Hinson because he shit on Dolly Parton over politics. It's a weird way to end your career. All right. T. Jefferson says, April, my bad. Aaron infected the whole house while he was sick. He's tall. It got everywhere. God damn it. Chad's gaping hiney hole entry. See, now, why would that be a guy who needs to exist? Chad's gaping hiney hole entry. And me laughing at it, it's like laughing at a little kid, right? When they do something that's naughty, but at the same time, it's funny. You know, you try not to laugh, but you giggle. And now Chad's gaping hiney hole entry. Now look what I've done. I've only encouraged him. The Happy Plague Doctor with $5 says Mike Lindell is the best second mic. It's a good Christian pillow. Chad's gaping hiney hole entry says not Hobo Chili. Have you and Hobo Chili ever been seen in the same place? Annoyed Wawa supervisor says Aaron has a hairline like a Power Rangers helmet. God be with it. No bullshit. Thank you. On God? No cap? Straight bussin'? For real? All right. Thank you, Wawa. All right, on to this Sam Bankman Fried fella. This makes me feel really good because I've been saying that something don't smell right with this Sam Bankman Fried guy. He was cryptocurrency mogul. He had Tom Brady pitching his shit. He didn't have Taylor Swift, but he had a lot of A-list names promoting his cryptocurrency exchange. And Sam Bankman Fried was also a Democrat mega donor. He had all these friends in high places. I think his parents were professors or something like that. And then when he got arrested on all these fraud charges because he took money from FTX and put it into his own hedge fund and, basically left the FTX customers with missing deposits, he got arrested, massive amounts of trouble. They dropped a huge bail on him, and wouldn't you know, a bunch of rich people pulled together and bailed him out of jail. Weird, right? So it got me thinking, the government's wanted to go after crypto for a long time. Bitcoin, for example, got up to 60, 70,000. And then all of a sudden, here comes this Sam Bankman Fried, and this FTX just makes decisions that nobody would ever make. I mean, irresponsible decisions that even Bernie Madoff would probably say no to. And it's hard not to feel like he was doing it on somebody's orders to tank crypto, make people's confidence in it not exist, because that's all currency is faith. I mean, if it's not backed by gold or anything else tangible, an asset, then currency is basically a faith-based initiative. So as people's faith in crypto goes in the shitter because they go, that's what FTX is. And then this guy bails out from powerful people who demand to stay anonymous. I think to myself, this guy's a psyop to tank the crypto market and, lead people back to the almighty dollar. Well, yesterday, federal prosecutors pushed back 5 charges against the disgraced cryptocurrency mogul, Sam Bankman Fried. Let me repeat that. Federal prosecutors have dropped 5 charges against this guy. Now, on Thursday, this was Thursday, not Sunday, excuse me. On Thursday, federal prosecutors in New York offered to sever 5 additional charges against Bankman Fried if the judge agrees to try him on those charges later, which I'm sure will happen. The 5 additional charges were added after Bankman Fried was extradited from the Bahamas, where its cryptocurrency exchange was headquarters. The withdrawn charges include fraud relating to a scheme where SBF allegedly created a fake company with no staff to get around being barred from a California bank account, and a bribery conspiracy charge alleging that he spent $40 million trying to influence a Chinese government official. Now, Bankman Fried donated tens of millions of dollars to mostly Democrats throughout the midterm elections and was the party's second biggest donor of the cycle. He also made a sizable $5 million donation to Biden's campaign in 2020. Why do I get the feeling that these aren't the last charges that are going to be dropped with this guy? That there's going to be more Sam Bankman Fried charges that are going to come off as we, as we continue to move away from this and people continue to forget. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says SBF used to come into our Jacksonville stores all the time. We asked him to stop bringing Buc-ee's merchandise into the store, and it turns out it was, in fact, his girlfriend. Who would have thunk it? Oh, remember Sam Bankman Fried's girlfriend. Now, hold on. SBF girlfriend. Now, that is not... Can we pull up the Buc-ee's logo, please? I mean, they don't look anything alike. I just discuss... Well, I mean... Now that we look, I mean, there's that. There's that. You know what? The man might have a point. So there's Sam Bankman Fried's girlfriend. There's the Buc-ee's logo. Sam Bankman Fried's girlfriend. Buc-ee's logo. They do look eerily similar. Wow. How did I never connect the dots on that one? They're saying Buc-ee is cuter. Alan Chihuahua says, I'd smash. Is it wrong? Yes, horrifically. Horrifically wrong. Wasn't she into like really weird shit too? Like the news came out that because for some reason these people need to document all the kinky weird shit they're into. Isn't it, she wrote down that they had like parties. Was it butt stuff? Like you have no idea how happy I am that I don't remember what she was into. But there was some fucked up shit that they like wrote down like a sex cult, says D Gulag. She likes meth and orgies. Yeah, but I thought there was like specific stuff with her butthole that was done. I could be wrong. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says she resisted being removed and kept telling us we should read her Tumblr manifesto and polyamory. It made Denise very uncomfortable. Not Denise, the hoagie girl. Hasn't she been through enough with the way Gino Bisconti has treated her, the harassment? Chad and Aaron's wedding planner says, I've heard your stories, Aaron. You're into weird shit, too. Hey, there is no Chad and Aaron wedding. Chad brought this up. Chad's the one who said that I wasn't uninvited to his wedding, which caused us to theorize if Chad thinks he's marrying me. And then there's the whole him trying to separate me from April. And now it kind of makes sense. That was just a theory. I don't think anybody posited that Chad actually is trying to marry me. Although it wouldn't surprise me. It's just the level of obsession. That's all. James Parrott says she lived with a bunch of dudes and all of them were nailing her. Okay. Nana Zumach says Aaron can't explore the butthole angle when April is there. Can explore whatever angle I want. You'd be surprised the amount of angles I could explore, even if she was sitting right here. Chad and Aaron's wedding planner says, are you saying I'm out of a job? Look, man, look. I'm not trying to make this a thing where you're the bad guy or you're the enemy in any way, shape, or form. That's not what I'm doing, but yeah, I guess your services, I mean, you can go ask him, but in my opinion, your services are not needed. Sorry. Now I feel like a piece of shit and a bad guy. Chad and Aaron's wedding planner says it's they, them. Again, my apologies to them. That is my fault. Guys, hit like, hit subscribe. 185 away from tonight's goal. I said at the beginning of the show, no April, no goal. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys are not that far from striking distance. We'll see what happens. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. Thank you all very much for your support. We always say good to be over 100 likes by the top of the hour and good to be under $200 for the goal by the top of the hour. I don't know where we're at on likes, but we're looking good goal-wise if you guys want to keep that going. Thank you to Schmitty911 for becoming a member for an entire year. Very nice of you. Disgruntled Coles manager says Mr. Zumach did create a registry page with us earlier today. It is starting to fill up with items. Guys, you can't bully me into this marrying Chad thing. This isn't a fucking Muslim or Indian arranged marriage thing, okay? And I'm not dumping Chad on air, Don Lemon's aides. I never said yes in the first place. I was treated like an Indian woman. I get to say. By the way, somebody was asking me earlier what I was drinking. It's just a big wave. Nothing fancy. Just a big wave. Zen Rhino says, Aaron, isn't it weird that we celebrate Juneteenth on the day of the month that is exactly 3/5 of the way through June? Aaron's Lonely Pecker says, hi, folks. I just wanted to tell you that I'm lonely now that April's gone. Oh, man. Tim Brouillard says, come on, 2.6ers. Oh, yeah. We found out since we have 800 members and 30-some-odd thousand unique viewers every month, we wanted to find out what percentage of the audience financially keeps the show afloat, and we found out that it was 2.6%. So they're calling themselves the 2.6ers. I like it. It's got a good ring to it. April says, could you at least divorce me first and give me time to grieve? You move on so fast. What would Chad marrying Aaron goal be? There is no Chad marrying Aaron goal. Happy Plague Doctor with $2.60 says, rise up, the 2.6. Yes. The 2.6. Kane J says, Aaron and Chad sitting in a tree. Buttfing. See, he's saying that we're butt fucking in a tree. Have you seen this, how fat he is? I mean, look, I go about 6'4", 220, 225 on a bad day, but that man in terms of body mass puts me to shame. I can tell you this. The Justin Toledo says Chad can't marry Aaron because incest is illegal and Aaron is Chad's daddy. I like that guy. A lot of my audience loves the show and pokes me in the ass and insults me and prods me. Now everybody's going to call that guy gay and say he's sucking up, but I like it. He's my guy. I like him. Nana Zumach says, does that mean 2.6% of the viewers are donating 100% of the money? Yeah, it's kind of like the Jude. Well, never mind. Never mind. It's not important. It's not important. Tourist Notes says, I believe April became sick due to the mustache being removed. Grow it back for the sake of her health. That's what we were thinking, was that maybe this was catching all the bacteria. And then I wasn't, spitting it out there. It's possible. Hobo Chili, okay, Aaron and Chad, the sheer mechanics don't work. It's like an adult parody of Jake and the Fat Man. Fair enough. George Zimmerman says, I'm a 97.4er because I stink. Honestly, $5 makes you a 2.6er. So it's not, but a 97.4, hey, what are you going to do? That's something too. That's an identity. Scarface says, this has been a hell of a celebration. I've been to Popeyes in a movie theater. Now I'm dancing with a banana at Cup Foods with a fake 20. Wish me luck. Good luck, buddy. Really good luck. 180 away from nailing it today. Thank you, guys, for your support. Rincewind says the support of a loved one is essential for alcoholics. What kind of two-beer queer rejects their partner on a live show? Poor Chad. Between the George Floyd thing just a second ago and then that, I need a minute. Kenneth Pogue gifting a membership to Marble Arms. Thank you very much for those gifted memberships. That's very helpful of the program. If you were an asshole who unsubscribed to the channel this morning to be a dick, resubscribe now. I would appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Hit like also. We appreciate all your kindness on this program. All right, continuing on. I was going to do this story with April. It makes more sense. Nana Zumach says, speaking of two-beer queers, where's Ray? Were we going to send Soft the link or no? Does Soft doesn't want the link? What do you do? I guess we'll wait on Soft. I think I would have sent him the link tonight. The planets aligned. It did seem like the right time, but oh well. Okay, Meghan Markle. I fucking hate this lady. And by the way, that's not an edgy statement. That I hate Meghan Markle. Most of the civilized world can't stand Meghan Markle, but it's not just that she's unlikable, it's that it's an attempt to put on a personality. What I really can't stand about her is that her unlikability isn't even genuine. It's a put on. Like, she's being something that she thinks. The problem with these actors, like, the reason I love Tropic Thunder as a movie so much is it does such a great job of lampooning the absolute psychological messes that actors in Hollywood are. It was a movie mocking Hollywood, and it did a great job of that. What self-obsessed, bottomless troughs of sociopathy these people can be. And Meghan Markle, to me, is like if Ted Bundy had decided not to kill and decided to go straight, they would be a lot like Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle becomes this person that she thinks the world would like to see. Then when that one gets hated, she's going to try and be a different one, and then switch it up and try this. And she doesn't even know who she really is, because everything with her is a put on. She's a high school theater kid through and through. Well, now she's rumored to be signing with Dior, the, what do you call it, cosmetics company. And involved in this signing with Dior is that they are going to undergo what they're calling a rebrand. You're not supposed to say that about yourself. You're not supposed to say, I'm going through a rebrand. If you're a singer and you were a rock music, went through a rebrand? Hootie. Hootie went through a rebrand. That was okay. He was doing soft rock. Then he went and did country. Aaron Lewis went from Stained to a country musician. Garth Brooks to Chris Gaines. Look, I didn't say they're all good rebrands. But people, that's a rebrand. She's not a thing. She's not a working actress. You're just some cunt married to a prince. You don't get to say, I'm undergoing a rebrand when you don't have a brand. Do you know what a rebrand is for a housewife? A divorce or an affair. That's a rebrand. You don't sign with a fucking perfume company and then go, I'm just going to become a different person. That's you being an absolute narcissist and not actually having a genuine, real personality, but rather you keep acting the way you think you want people, the way you want people to see you, and the way you think will make them like you. Then when it blows up in your face because you really have no idea who the fuck you are, and you're just, antagonizing people for no reason, then you decide, well, I'm going to sign with Dior and I'm going to rebrand myself. Rebrand yourself as what? I hope it's not just as unlikable a cunt as you currently are, because I got news for you. No real rebrand needed there. Waste of Dior's money. But you can't say, you don't rebrand yourself. Rebranding yourself is like giving yourself a nickname. It's douchey. Other people say you rebranded. Darius Rucker made the song, what was his country one? All Right. Darius Rucker made All Right, and they go, holy shit, he's rebranding as a country artist. Oh, do I hate her. Jesus, is she awful. No, it wasn't Wagon Wheel. Wagon Wheel wasn't the first one. It was one of them, but it wasn't the first one. I think All Right was the first single. But I'm going through a rebrand. And I'm going to sign with Dior to do it. So, translation. People think I'm an unlikable wench. I'm going to sign with a makeup company that, a luxury brand that a lot of people can't afford. And that's going to make me more relatable and less hateable in the eyes of other people. Come on. Rebranding yourself sounds like something Toby had to do, says LOL. Right, he had to become Kunta Kinte, and as you saw, he struggled with it because a rebrand is not something you can force on yourself. It's something other people say about you. Hootie was always country, says Johnny David. That is not true. Hold My Hand is not a country song, my friend. I think the Blowfish would beg to differ. I wish every day was Negro Day, says, so who is Toby? No, nobody. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got the rebrand wrong. He was Kunta Kinte, and then he was Toby. You'd think on Juneteenth I would get that shit right. And by the way, Darius Rucker didn't do Wagon Wheel. That was Bob Dylan put it in a song as a chorus or like a bridge. And then Old Crow Medicine Show from, I think here, from Minnesota, did that song. Although, thank God Hootie remade it, because have you ever seen the music video for the original? The lead singer of Old Crow Medicine Show looks like a serial killer. That guy is a creepy, creepy fuck. Have you ever watched it? Have you ever actually taken a look at the Old Crow Medicine Show? That guy, he's one of those guys that could charm a woman at a bar, and as they walk around to take her to the passenger seat of the automobile, he throws her in the trunk, and she never comes out alive. Johnny David said, Aaron is right. Goddamn right, I'm right. There's that scene. Isn't there a scene in that video where the lead singer walks up to a girl and starts singing to her, but his eyes are like this big and he looks like a psycho? Wagon Wheel video. Not Darius Rucker. Here we go. Old Crow Medicine Show. I don't want to get popped. I just want to show you guys the video here. See, he's got the sunglasses on, and that's not so bad. He looks a little like Johnny Knoxville. Hey, there's Corey Adam. But let me get where they're in the tent, and he takes the sunglasses off, and he looks like a fucking goofball. Yeah, here we go. This is the part. Whoops. Oh, fuck me. I was going to unpause it, and I took the video off. I suck at my job. Here we go. This part. Yeah. Look at that. The stare he gives her. He's not staring at her. He's staring through her into her heart to see if it's edible. So I'm glad Darius Rucker did that song. And I'm not just saying that because it's Juneteenth either. It's genuinely how I feel. It's a good song, too. I like that song. This is who Aaron jacks off to in the shower. Look, I'm not going to sit here and spend my entire show addressing allegations that I find scurrilous. Nebo says, okay, I take it back. He has American Psycho eyes. Thank you. Taurus notes, Manson lamps. What movie is that from? Oh, would you get those Manson lamps away? Quit staring at me with those Manson lamps. Fuck, I can do this. I know this one. Oh, you're staring at me with those Manson lamps. Get away from me. Fuck, why did I think it's not a Letterkenny episode. Fuck, that's gonna bug me. Laura Pickle says he looks better than Hootie. Oh, that's sacrilege. Sopranos. Tony said that to somebody. He said that to April. Richie, right? He said that to Richie April. He said, would you quit staring at me with those fucking Manson lamps? I can't do a fucking Tony Soprano. Jackie April, that's right. Who was Richie? No, Jackie was the dead one. Isn't Jackie the one that died right away? Richie was the older one, or the next one. Johnny David becoming a baby boot. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. It was Richie. Okie dokie. Aaron, you do not have the makings of a varsity athlete. Thank you. Yeah, Jackie was grandma in Rounders. That's who Jackie was. That was the coolest part of that show. I was like, it's fun. Like, because I watched it after I saw Rounders. I watched it. We started it like a year or two ago. And I was like, it's fucking grandma. That's great. And then grandma died. Thank you to JJ Linlin for the $2. Because, hey, that's all it takes to become part of the 2.6ers. And also another one coming in from Not My Demographic. I am the shitty 97.4% for months. I will play catch up. Sorry, Aaron. No, not at all. Not my demographic. $10 again. All it takes to become part of the 2.6ers. 170 away from tonight's goal. Thank the 2.6ers for their generosity. Roots Calhoun says, pro tip, Aaron, if you pull your pants up higher, your stomach will stop spilling out over the desk. Look at all this room I've got. You could fit a fucking ruler here. You kidding me? Herman the Great says, Aaron, are the rumors true? April decided to leave you for Chad Zumach. No, Herman the Great, that is not accurate. I can't stop the rumors, but I can address some of them. And in this case, no. April did not leave me for Chad Zumach. The rumor that's going out there is I left April to go be with Chad Zumach, which I'd also like to deny, but what can you do? There was a 17-year-old woman in Louisiana who was fucking killing it in her classes. I mean, A student, top of her class, whole deal. I mean, just unbelievable. She was setting records. I want to see if I can find a video version of this. Woman, Tennessee schools. Yeah, because what I'd really like to do is find... no, they're not... You know what? They're not covering that one. It's too bad. But not the B did. That's cool. Oh, yeah, here we go. Perfect. All right, we do have an audio version of the story. Perfect. Here we go.
Parish authorities say the 28-year-old woman who posed as a teenager and enrolled at Hanville High School was just trying to get a proper education.
Maddie?
So a 28-year-old went to high school. Oh, man, do you know how bad the girls probably hated her? All the 17 and 18-year-old guys are trying to fuck her because she's like a woman. She's, as Don Lemon would say, she's in her prime. Not that Don Lemon would know anything about that, but he did nail that. In their prime around that age. That's why I've got myself one. But to go to high school, and first of all, the compliment to be able to pull off looking like a high schooler at 28 years old, that's pretty impressive. But then also the amount of hate you're going to get because the girls are not happy with you taking up all the good dick.
Kurth is live with the latest on the investigation.
Time out a second. Did girls like dick in high school, or did you have to kind of talk them into that? I can't remember. I had a girlfriend junior and senior year. Before that, a lot of swings and misses. I'll tell you this. I got my cuts up there. I took my swings. I was not a guy who got, angry or upset or like, you fucking lesbians or anything like that. I got my cuts in, believe you me. I went up to the plate and I didn't get cheated. I choked up on the bat. I widened the strike zone out. I swung at just about everything. But around junior year, I started making contact, But ironically, the year I stopped being able to hit in baseball was the year I was able to hit in dating. But, I mean, I don't remember. Were the girls weren't really into dick. Were they? I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. I remember the popular girls not being that into dick. I remember the popular girls in our school were kind of like not trying to maintain their chastity or their dignity or anything, but they didn't want, I think the girls and their friends hate each other so much that they didn't want the other ones saying that they were sluts. So they had to back off the dick a little bit. But you could find the right ones, right? There were some girls in school. There were 2 girls who lived in a trailer park where if you were okay with your buddies saying that you fucked a trailer park girl, they were pretty loose with it. And they weren't bad either. I mean, they had that weird kind of thin hair trailer park look to them, but they were fuckable. I almost said their names. You probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, there were 2 of them, and they were known to fuck. The problem is one of them got knocked up. So they liked it a little too much. And, yeah, the trailer park white chick who liked to sleep around and wasn't that bad. Probably a trailer park 9, regular girl 6.5, 7. She got pregnant, and since it's Juneteenth, I won't give away too much with what happened, but she did become a single mom. And a statistic, believe it or not. Happy Plague Doctor with another $2.60 says, how much to give Mike Lindell a kiss on the cheek? 20 gets a Mike Lindell kiss on the cheek. I'm not proud. Wow, the level of autism is just overwhelming, says Nebo. I know, I want to go down this vein. Roots Calhoun says the good girls did. Okay, the good girls liked the dick. Okay. We'll get to the rest of the story, don't worry. April says, I don't think the dick was the cause of the swing and the miss, in my opinion. Ooh, April's trying to say I got good dick. She's just trying to say I have terrible game and a bad personality. But that's all right, because she's saying I got good dick. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. So at any rate, I want to get to the part of the chat where we're talking about whether or not these broads in high school liked dick or not. Nebo says there were girls that were down to fuck in high school, but the ones that were open about it were gross as fuck. See, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Isn't that DJ Qualls and Eddie Griffin movie, the one where he goes, high school is like prison, the sex you get and you don't want, and the sex you want you ain't getting? Something like that. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I went to high school in the mid-'90s. My hand is chapped for the first 2 years. I hear you, buddy. Michael B says, I played sports. The girls loved the dick. I played baseball. They all thought we were gay. Triple N says, spontaneous boners were distracting you during your swing. The man's not wrong. John Hahn says, sounds like Aaron got way into pecker when he played baseball. Wait, hold on. What? Kenneth says the goth chicks. Yeah, goth chicks were into dick. That's for sure. Doc Brewski says the popular girls were into older dick, always dated older dudes. That's a good point. Yeah, a lot of people saying goth girls were into dick. That's for sure. Roots Calhoun says we had project chicks from Cabrini Green. Hobo Chili Recipe, thank God April has passed. Wouldn't want her to find this out. Scarface says I fucked a chunky nerd with a cute face too in high school and after. Tourist Note says so many high school hooas. See, I can't remember. King of Craig says plot twist. Aaron was homeschooled. Oh, Triple N says that the fucking trailer park girl paid the coal toll. I've never heard that. I don't know how unspeakable and awful and evil that's supposed to be, but God, that made me laugh. She paid the coal toll. It sounds so innocent. April says, I like that he looks past everything else. Yeah, right. Said my dick was good. I absolutely was down to fuck, but I got rejected every time. Ha April couldn't get dick in high school. Ha April co-hosting through the chat. Baseball players are 100% gay, and I was never into any of them. Yeah, but you also just said you got shot down all the time, so you really knew how to pick them. I bet you all the baseball players would have thrown you a little jump. Not at the same time, though. We were gentlemen. We didn't like it when our balls rubbed together unless it was on the field. The nerdy girls loved the dick. All right. I think all of you have pretty much the same concept of high school that I did then. April says, glad to hear you've always been a whore, though. I didn't fuck the trailer park girls. They didn't travel down the Ivory Highway, as you already heard. They paid the coal toll. They didn't travel down the Ivory Coast, if you smell what I'm cooking. Oh, they liked overbaked goods. Johnny David says, I didn't get attention until I played Australian rules football and joined the high school rock band. Oh, yeah? Neck deep in man ass, were you? Pizza Roll says, I had my first blowjob from a goth chick. Best I ever had. Yeah, goth chicks. The nice thing about goth chicks were they hated themselves. So they could probably suck a mean dick because they didn't really value themselves. So they would really go for it. A girl who values herself probably doesn't suck dick that well because she knows if she sucks really good dick, she becomes less than in the eyes of the man because he's like, holy shit, she can really suck a dick. She can get after it. And he doesn't really think about her other attributes. You know, it's like when you're creating a character in a game and you raise one of his values too high and it automatically forces the other ones down. That's dick sucking for girls in high school. If you suck dick poorly, all your other attributes won't really matter. But if you suck dick really well, it will push down the value of your other attributes. So you have to settle in at like a 72, and then everything else can kind of freely rise up and down from there. High Main Bro says the goths at my school used to dance in the rain during lunch like wild Injuns. Well. First name says, poor Mike the pillow guy has to sit through all this smut talk. Yeah, we're all bonding as dudes. Freaky Deaky says baseball players were way gayer than the wrestlers. Changed my mind. Nothing's gayer than a wrestler, bro. Nothing's gayer than a wrestler. April says, I like knowing I've shared dick with trailer park trash. I didn't fuck the trailer park trash. I went to Joy. Yeah, her name was Joy, believe it or not. I went to Joy's trailer park one time, and I didn't do anything because I'll admit I got a little hoity-toity, and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. If it even gets out that I was here, I'm going to have damage control to do. Isn't it amazing we got through high school without publicists? It really is something when you think about it. Roots Calhoun says, I went to a liberal arts high school. Them bitches were free spirits. I learned a lot from them and their older sisters. Attaboy. Attaboy. B. Morlent says nobody in high school bought April a sandwich. Not in college either, but as she's told the story before, she still got laid. Not sure says I look too much like Melton to get chicks in high school. You were an obese neckbeard dork that tried really hard to seem like you were one of the cool guys, failing transparently. Oh, you poor thing. I hope you grew out of it. I hope you grew out of it, unlike some other obese homosexuals. Carlos says traveling down the Ivory Coast implies that your part of the metro had minorities to begin with. We had some minorities. Robert Darthmode says, Aaron admitted you couldn't get it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where is this allegation coming from? How dare you? I fucked some trash. It's okay, Aaron. I didn't fuck the trash. I didn't. Roots Calhoun says Aaron is going to get the silent treatment after the show and have to pretend he doesn't like it. Joy with AIDS. How's April feeling? She didn't have AIDS. But it's just funny that a girl who lived in the trailer park had a very trailer park girl name. That's all. The other one's name was Rachel. The one that was working for a living. I'm talking about mud sharking. She got knocked up, paid the toll. She paid the cost to be the boss. April says, I was such a non-whore, I didn't fuck at all until after high school. Loser, nerd, dork. James Tippin says, repent and believe the gospel. Boy, you came here at the wrong time, preacher. You came here at the wrong time. April says, LOL, Aaron couldn't get hard in a trailer park. I didn't get to that point, but I don't know if I would have been able to. I can't remember what it was like. I've blocked it out, but I imagine the beds had old newspapers on them. You know, like the bed from Rocky. No thanks. Michael B says a slump buster is okay once every 5 years. Add a kid. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says if you're going to get some trailer park strange, stop by for some Trojan bearskin condoms. Now only $4.99. Nana Zumak, Aaron, hey honey, it's a show. I'm playing a character. Christ. Roots Calhoun, I didn't know it was what it is about the trailer park, but as soon as I step foot on the grounds, I get a boner. Carlos says Aaron was fucking Hilltop's finest. Rebel the Uncanny, the new Joaquin Phoenix movie looks awful as hell. I don't think there are any new good flicks out. Thanks, you came to the right conversation. Kane J says April had to wait until she found the right barley field. Oh shit, you know what? Hold on a minute. We got to play April's Lost Virginity song. Give me a second. And corn rigs are Wait, I didn't get to the... Here we go. Corn rigs and barley rigs and corn rigs are I'll not forget that happy night among the rigs with Annie. I love that Corn Rigs is April's virginity song. Oh, I want to watch The Wicker Man now. I don't believe you, Aaron. Come on, you went all in. No, I couldn't fuck the trailer park chick. Could not do it. April says, I've gotten the job done in fields and a trailer park. What's your excuse? Oh, for God's sake, we get it. You're fucking trash. You married up, sister. You married up in class. I married up in ass. How do you like them apples? Woo! Sorry, it felt like a Ric Flair promo. I had to lean in. Scarface with $5 says the fake 20 backfired. I'm now on the ground screaming, I can't breathe, with a knee of someone half my size between my shoulder blades. I'm only 5'9", so I have to wonder, where are they finding these racist midgets? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. 165 away from tonight's goal. I told you at the beginning of the show, I didn't think we were going to make it without April. But we have a shot at it, man. We got 40 minutes until we play the music. We're still at 165. We can do this thing. April says, I don't believe him either. He totally did and doesn't want to admit it. I did not fuck Joy in the trailer park. I didn't. I couldn't do it. There was one girl, she wasn't a trailer park chick, but this was after high school. And her name was Megan. And she wasn't chunky, but she was like a thicker, like cute kind of a chick, and I was going to fuck her, and then I I found out she was a diabetic and she had one of those pumps installed, and I couldn't do it. I just watched the rest of the movie, and no thanks. I couldn't fuck a girl with an insulin pump. I don't know what to tell you. She was cute, too. She wasn't bad. I did find out later she was insane. One of my other friends tried to hook up with her, and apparently she was a bit of a head case. So maybe I avoided a bad scene there. But yeah, when I was feeling around and there was on the hip, there was a fucking insulin pump. No, thank you. That's weird to me. That's something you should do when you fucking someone in their 60s. April says, I don't even remember my trailer park guy's name, actually. You piece of shit. What a disgusting human being. What a disgusting person who would do that sort of thing. Papa Dan says, I did not fuck her. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, Rob Manugan says that's a cock softener. First name says she had a colostomy bag. Admit it. I didn't fuck Red Bar. Just admit you went pigging. She was not a pig. I've almost gone pigging before. Passing out did save me from pigging once. And also my buddy saved me from pigging once. So it has happened. April says, I remembered. Now I'm half a person. Yeah, you should feel fucking disgusting for what you've done. Mad Max Mardigan says, married up in class. Have you seen you, Aaron? Of course you have some money. I'm not saying a lot of money. Do you think someone who likes you bats that far out of coverage without money? I don't think I have a ton of, I get by. I do okay. I do all right. You guys, when I left radio, you guys have supported our program since then. So things have gone okay, but I wouldn't say I'm like, I'm not throwing the fucking ducats around. Jay Santos says, Red Bar is watching. I don't think that ever affected our show before. I don't think it's affected our show after we've kind of, pounded him a few times. So don't worry about it, Jay. April says, Aaron was literally making less money than me when I started. Bull fucking shit. Maybe salary, but those fucking commission numbers were nice. Let's not play this game on a technicality. Should we see if Gino's dead yet? Let's check in with Gino and see if he's dead. Where are we at? 165 away from knocking it out today. Let's go ahead and if you want to chip in there, feel free. His phone's off. Oh, nope, it's ringing. Alaric says, are we going for 0 for 3? Yeah, we're going for 0 for 3. I need to find out how fucked up this guy was. Might cancel his appearance at the anniversary show if he's not at the beck and call of this program.
Your call has
I gotta yell at him for fucking up our plugs. Apparently on Kumia's show today, he was trying to plug Steel Toe and he was too fucking drunk. Son of a bitch. Happy Plague Doctor with $20 says, kiss Mike Lindell. All right, 150 away from knocking it out today. Thank you, Happy Plague. Here we go. Yeah. There you go, buddy. You're such a good co-host. Such a good co-host. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's get back to the. You guys wanted to see if the 28-year-old who decided to go to high school was hot. Let's restart this story.
The 28-year-old woman who posed as a teenager and enrolled at Hanville High School was just trying to get a proper education.
Maddie Kurth is live with the latest on the investigation.
Hey, Meg. Hey, Lee. Using a fraudulent birth certificate from Honduras, the woman was able to complete a full school year at Honduras.
That's the thing. You come from these Latin American countries. It's like baseball players and boxers, too, from different countries, whether they defect from Cuba or they come from the Dominican or somewhere else. They're like Luis Ortiz is a top 10 heavyweight contender right now. He's probably in his 50s, but he's listed as like 43. You just write whatever you want on a Honduran birth certificate and just show it. By the way, I need to ask you guys, she's very mid, would you? I can't figure it out. She's got like a weird Chad Zumach non-existent top lip that she has to highlight with lipstick. Her nose is giving me, Shuli vibes. I don't know. She looks like she has elf ears. But like there's something cute about, I don't know. Maybe it's because she's thin. If people are thin, usually they can get away with some fucked up shit. But I don't know. You guys talk amongst yourselves as to whether or not you would.
Hanville High before the district was tipped off that she was too old to be in the classroom. 28-year-old Martha Gutierrez Serrano and her mother, 46-year-old Marta Serrano Alivardo, were each booked with one count of injuring public records. The sheriff's investigation found the fake passport and birth certificate were used with the intent of Gutierrez Serrano learning English and getting that proper education.
Dude, can you enroll in a high school at 28? Or do they make you just take classes and get your GED, don't they? I was going to say, maybe it's like college where you can just go back whenever you want. Why did she have to forge documents? But they probably don't want. Otherwise, you'd have to question every motherfucker over 20 who wants to go to high school. You'd be like, excuse me, sir, you're 42 and twice divorced. Why are you trying to get into this high school? He's like, I want to further my education. I don't know. Sir, I can see your erection through your pants watching gym class. You're disgusting.
I asked the superintendent if the personnel responsible for allowing the woman into the school in the first place has been reprimanded, but he did decline to answer that question. The district will now conduct an audit of all enrollment paperwork for all students.
The information we have is the young lady caused no problems. She did nothing inappropriate with any other students, kept to herself.
I like that the first question he answers because he knows people are going to ask. She's like, she wasn't fucking anybody. She didn't suck anybody's dick. She was just trying to learn English. Now, technically, if she would have fucked an 18-year-old, that wouldn't have been illegal. Probably 17 either. I don't know what the laws. I think the age of consent in most states is 17. So technically, because the only reason a lot of these teachers who fuck high school seniors get in trouble is because it's against the law to use that position of authority to fuck somebody. It's considered, leverage. But if you're a 28-year-old student posing as an 18-year-old student, you fuck an 18-year-old, I don't think they can really get you on anything other than the fraud they were already going to get you on. But I love how the first question this guy answers before anybody can even ask it. It's not like, how'd she do in school? How did the birth certificate get forged or anything else? He's like, look, she didn't fuck any kids. So before you even ask, no, she's far less threatening than a drag show in this school.
Went home, didn't engage in any other criminal or inappropriate behavior.
Well, that's good. And what are we complaining about?
The mother and daughter were both being held on $30,000 bonds for their alleged crime, but have since made that bond and were released from custody. Reporting live in St. Charles.
Well, then, it's Biden's America. They're not going to get deported or anything. And if they do get deported, can't they just Watuxi right back across the border? That's how it's done now, right? So, LOS says her 4 kids didn't tip them off. Oh, come on. Come on. Nana Zumach says there's nothing here that says my grandma can't play football in her 90s on the high school team. If she can, she can pass tryouts. She can pass tryouts. Citizen M says, Chad is fucking crazy. You're playing with fire. Ooh. What's he going to do? Dox my house? What's he going to do? Talk about my kids? Ooh. What's he going to do? Contact fucking other people in my life? Ooh. Fucking, he's a one-note sucker is what he is. And he's a vicious liar. And he's stupid. As Serrano said, bring that shit to me, man. Nana Zumach says, everyone here for a second was thinking about Aaron on To Catch a Predator with a Domino's pizza. What? Why? Why? Triple N says, my grandmother is 6'3", 250 and runs a 4'5", 40. Your grandma could fucking go. Johnny K says, the teacher she was banging heard her age and said, the fuck? She said she was 17. I mean, I know what her age was, of course. Yes. Rusty Grammer says, Citizen M, your boyfriend ain't doing shit. Calm down, brah. Citizen M does have a unique talent, though. You have to give him this. He has a unique talent of backing the wrong horse every fucking time. He has backed everyone who's tried to take out Steel Toe, and then he comes back to Steel Toe after they fail, and they go, well, I just have always had your back. Okay. All right, buddy. They all failed at what they said they were going to do. You found out they were as full of shit as I told you they were, and now you got to do that. What's that thing that Citizen M's really good at? Hey, chat. What's that thing when you grab the pedals and you spin them backwards really fast? It's Citizen M's best dance move. What is that called? Somebody in the chat help me. You grab those pedals, you spin them back. He's really good at it. What's that called? What's the thing called? Someone help me out. Citizen M's best move. Roots can No, not the pinwheel. Oh, do I have to say it? I thought I would set them up. Thank you, Rojogan. Backpedaling. Oh, I was setting you guys up for the line, and you know what? That's my fault. I have to stop doing that to this audience because they will purposely give me the wrong answer just to fuck with me. So you know what? You guys are right. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, I just checked the books. Citizen M has bought $1,300 in $1 scratch cards at Wawa stores. Not one winner. Game responsibly. Thank you, annoyed Wawa supervisor. Scarface says, Citizen M is really good at putting a stick between the spokes, crashing, and then blaming others for his crash. Yeah, usually me. Holdingford guy becoming a member for his 11th month. Thank you, pal. Only 150 away on a non-April night. You guys are too kind. Thank you very much. I didn't think we were going to get close tonight. And we're within striking distance, and we got 30 minutes until we play the music. So if you'd like to become part of the 2.6%ers who contribute to this program, please do. We sure do appreciate it. We got through the 28-year-old story. Oh, the one about the BMI being racist. Did you know about that? This is the newest one I know of. This is a good Juneteenth story. So the BMI, I've heard people have problems with the BMI regularly because it only goes by height and weight. Give you an idea. If I go to a BMI chart right now, and then I go Ali weight against Foreman. Muhammad Ali weighed in at 220 pounds for the Rumble in the Jungle. Muhammad Ali was 6'3". So if I go BMI calculator, that's what I want. BMI calculator. And Muhammad Ali is 6'3", 220 pounds. That puts Muhammad Ali at overweight, bordering on obese. Muhammad Ali was a picture of health. So a lot of people say that the BMI is a little, what do they call, oversimplified, so to speak. I think it's close. I don't think the BMI is that far off, but I think for a lot of heights, especially dudes, it sets an unreasonable, like you're supposed to be a stick guy. Like I'm 6'4", 220. Yeah, I'm a little bigger right now, so let's go 225. But at 6'4", 225, I think I'm overweight, which is fair, 27. But okay, but my BMI is lower than Muhammad Ali's was from the Rumble in the Jungle, but who looked healthier? Now, when I'm fighting, my weight's at 215. Where does that put me? Still overweight by about 1 point. So, I mean, that is, I don't know many people who would look at 6'4", 215 and go, oh, yeah, that guy's overweight. Rojogan says BMI is a scam. Yeah, and it doesn't take into account how people are built. Like, there are guys 6'4", 240 who are in way better shape than I am. Way better shape than I am. So, I don't, the BMI is not great, but I never heard racist. That's a new one on me. The American Medical Association now says BMI is racist because the measurement was designed based on white bodies in the 19th century. Just, I mean, nothing can be bad anymore. Nothing can just suck anymore. Nothing can just be like, not like, oh, it's out. Nothing can just be outdated. It's got to be racist, or it's got to be phobic, or it's got to be hateful. Like, there has to be an intent behind all this shit for these different groups, whether it's the American Medical Association or politicians. It's got to be something they can use. It's got to be something they can use to get their way on something else. So if they say, oh, the BMI is outdated, we'll just replace it with something else. That's not as good to them as, oh, it's racist, we have to do something non-racist. And then they get to kind of help form the next conversation. I don't know. Fuck. Foul-mouthed Yoda says it's racist since it doesn't factor in lip size. No. It's Juneteenth. But isn't that kind of racist, though? Like what they're saying? Not the BMI. I'm saying, aren't they being racist? Because what they're saying is, like, the BMI is racist because it doesn't take into account black bodies. And they're saying, what, black bodies, what, bigger asses, wider hip? Are they? I think LOS is right. They're doing Jimmy the Greek. This happens so much in progressivism now where they're like the old school Republican racists that they claim exist. They're like, oh, these bigots, they all just lump black people into one thing. Oh, okay, we covered that topic. Now what do you want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about the BMI. It's racist because you see, the black man has a wider set of hips and a fatter ass than and that's the black man, and the white man has a narrower, and you're like the Democrats have now become Monsieur Candy at the dinner table in Django with old Ben's skull. The American Medical Association, the largest organization of doctors in the U.S., said the metric has been used for racist exclusion and fails to consider differences in body composition that vary based on race and sex. Well, wait a minute. I thought that skin color and race was just skin deep. That there wasn't any like genetic or framing or, inner workings that were different between the races. Now you're saying that there clearly are. I'm confused. I'm not confused. They do it when it suits them. The AMA counts. We've learned, by the way, that the AMA is more political than it is scientific nowadays anyway. The AMA Council on Science and Public Health said, quote, our AMA recognizes the issues with using body mass index as a measurement because A, of the eugenics behind the history of BMI. What are you talking about? The eugenics behind BMI are none of your concerns. Another thing we brought over from Nazi Germany in Operation Paperclip, huh? B, of the use of BMI for racist exclusion. And C, BMI cutoffs are based on the imagined ideal Caucasian and does not consider a person's gender or ethnicity. Oh, damn it. We're losing another thing. So there's going to be... So I think they're going to change it up. And they're going to have two different ways to do it that take into account racial differences. There's going to be the BMI and the BI is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That one was fucking stupid. You can throw tomatoes. You can throw pies. You can throw money too. I don't know. Maybe you liked it. I don't know. It wasn't the worst, was it? BMI or BI is. Did anybody? Nobody liked it. Oh, Michael B says good joke. Okay, so I got one good joke out of that one. So that's the only one, though. I'm not seeing any booing, though. So maybe okay. I was scared to go into the chat for that one, but it didn't do that poorly. Roots Calhoun says you suck, Aaron. Okay, fair enough. But that see now there's a boo. Comedy boo. That low-hanging fruit, someone says, better luck next time. There's some pies, funny, boo. Okay, so the audience is torn. That's better than I was expecting. Guys, we got to stop everything for a moment. $5 coming in from Scarface. Says, ignore the talk screen. My Juneteenth celebration was halted because of systemic racism. Now my banana is on the ground and bruised. Thanks, Derek. There you go, guys. There you go. If that's the end of his story, what a tragic ending it was. 145 away from tonight's goal. What do you say? Now you guys have me interested. Now you have me thinking that you can knock that out. See, with no April here, I was settled in. I was going to do a 2-hour show. I was just, the numbers were going to be down. They weren't going to be very good. And we weren't going to hit the goal. And I was just going to have some fun with you guys and do what we could. But now you guys are at 145. We might fucking do this thing. Don't let me down. 20 minutes until we rattle the cans and play the music. Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo. The links are pinned to the top of the chat. And also, If you'd like to, memberships, super chats, and whatnot, join the 2.6ers, the 2.6% that chip in to this program, and thank you. All right, so the BMI is racist. You learned that today. Do you remember a story we did not too long ago where a guy quit his job at an auto body shop, and it was like one of those small businesses where there's only a couple guys? So if a guy just, throws a fit and quits one day, it puts everyone else way, way behind. And he quit in the middle of the day, and the guy was pissed at him and didn't want to pay him his last check, so he oiled up $815 worth of pennies and then dumped them in his front yard. Well, technically that's paying up, right? A court thought that it was a little too much. Oh, $915 in oil-soaked pennies. That guy now sued that employer, and he won himself $40,000 for being a total cunt, by the way, for quitting on his boys halfway through a shift and then being an asshole about wanting to get paid, and he still walked away $40,000 richer. Wow. So he won. They won a collective $39,934 in a class action lawsuit. Whoa. Apparently breaking labor laws left and right. So wait a minute. This place was breaking a lot of labor laws. I know tons about it. What's wrong with it? I don't know if I did that or not. I don't really remember. It doesn't matter. He got paid. That's all that matters. He's a fucking weenie for even bringing it up. With a reply like that, you might find this next part hard to believe, but Walker wasn't treating any of his employees very well. Oh, here we go. Apparently breaking labor laws left and right, making them work over 40 hours per week without overtime, and tearing up the final paychecks of other employees that quit, that sort of thing. Okay, so like old school body shop guy. After the news of what he did to Flayton broke, the employees joined Flayton in a class action lawsuit, and they won a collective $40,000. Now, how many employees are at this body shop? 6? And then the lawyer takes his cut of probably about 30%. So you're looking at 28 divided by 7. So you each won about $4,000. I mean, I suppose it's better than nothing. It's better than $915, but still. Hopefully you got one of those lawyers that works on commission, like they don't take any money unless they get money for you. Terry Mizzo, I'm just going to cut you loose, bud, because you're just not being like a fan of the show. You're just being a cunt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut you loose. Sorry, bud. Sorry you don't enjoy the show anymore. I don't think you ever did. I think you were always kind of a cunty guy. But if you want to just be an asshole, look, there are an ample amount of channels that want to be steel toe and watch it all the time and shit on it and talk about how bad it is. I'm sure you would be welcome with open arms over there. Now you have a story. You can tell them all, oh man, he banned me because I was really giving it to him. You can make up this great story about what a hero you were. And you can go ahead and they will embrace you and love you, and you guys can all be part of a thing. So in many ways, Terry, I just set you free. And you're welcome. Mark says, Aaron calling the audience cunts. Chad-like behavior. No. You guys are funny cunts. Being just cunty, who wants to deal with that? You guys are funny, disgusting cunts. Those are the nice kinds. Funny, sloppy, disgusting cunts. Does that make sense? Are we on the same page now? Michael B says, I hate you, Aaron. Ban me. Your heart's not in it. Your heart's not in it. I'm sorry. Jocelyn Chia, you remember the Asian comic who told that really shitty Malaysian Airlines joke? Well, apparently Malaysia now wants her tracked down by international police and arrested and brought back to Malaysia. I don't even know if this is a thing you're allowed to do. I don't know if this is something a country can even do to somebody. But this Jocelyn Chia, did we ever play the joke? It's right here. It was dog shit. It was not a good joke. It was actually pretty fucking awful. It was, it wasn't even the we too low bit of Michael B. It was like, oh, some jokes are not land. And Malaysia's like, hey, we had a plane that went down like 8 years ago. Who gives a fuck? This is the joke, and now we have a new development on this deal. as of this weekend. This is Jocelyn Chia.
Singapore, after we gained independence from the British, we were a struggling little nation. In order to survive, we formed a union with a larger, more powerful country, Malaysia. Where are you from, Malaysia or Singapore? Malaysia, okay, yeah, you assholes. When my prime minister went on TV to announce that you guys had dumped us, he cried because he thought we're not going to survive without you. But then 40 years later, we became a first world country. And you guys, Malaysia, what are you now? Still a developing country. Oh, boo. You, Malaysia.
That's it.
Isn't that the best breakup revenge? Now Malaysia, y'all trying to come around like, hey, Singapore, you're looking good lah. And we're like, I know, but why haven't you visited me in 40 years? And you're like, oh yeah, I tried, but you know, my airplanes cannot fly. What, Malaysian Airlines going missing not funny, huh? Some jokes don't land.
I mean, it's fine, I guess. If you're Malaysian or from Singapore, I guess that's a hoot. But like, I didn't really see it as drop dead hilarious. I also didn't see it as like something. I certainly didn't see it as something you should be arrested for. Yeah, bad luck, boys. Mersh says she's not egregious. Mersh and I have both done stand-up. She's not egregiously bad. That's not what I'm saying. I've seen features at Benton Station that work the Yoder circuit that are far worse than she is. I'm looking at you, Brett Terhune. No, it's a name I haven't thought of in years. I don't know why that one came to my head. But, it's not egregiously awful. Yeah, Johnny nails it. It was shockingly meh. If I was Malaysian or Singaporean, it'd probably be fucking hilarious, in fairness. Jack Schaff says she's better than Chad. Brett Terhune is better than Chad. How dare you? You guys want a fucking comedian. You look for Dwight York. Watched my first porno the other day. Boy, was I young. Oh, fuck. I fucked up a goddamn. He's a one-line fucking comic who wears a mechanic's outfit on stage. How did I fuck up the joke? You know what? Forget it. I don't deserve to do overtime tonight. Fuck me right to death. You see that 145? Fucking keep it there. That's all I deserve. So anyway, Jocelyn Chia is apparently being hunted down by Interpol. Her and I believe Julian Assange were the last two people hunted down by Interpol. Jocelyn Chia is in the crosshairs of the Malaysian government following the joke we just played back in April. As insane as it sounds, the Malaysian government is calling for her arrest and extradition to face potential criminal charges. Malaysian officials have asked Interpol to help track down and haul in Chia so she can answer for what they call violations of online content laws they have, which, for whatever reason, they believe can be applied to her. Now, I don't think she posted the video. I think the Comedy Cellar posted the video. So go arrest that Jewish guy that runs the Comedy Cellar. It's his fault. Even though she's not a Malaysian citizen, on its face, it would seem that they don't have jurisdiction. However, Chia is saying that she's genuinely concerned about law enforcement snatching her overseas and dragging her to Malaysia. While Chia normally just worries about her material being funny, she now says she has another thing to consider while performing comedy, especially internationally, and that would be potential capture. Yeah, but that's going to help her a lot. I really don't. I don't think she's going to go to jail for this at all. But I think it's going to help. I mean, any comic who's seen as like dangerous, even like we all watch the joke. And I think Johnny's classification of shockingly meh is pretty accurate. But anytime you're seen as controversial, and anytime, people can look you up online and they say, oh man, Malaysia wants to lock her in prison. That might sell you a couple tickets. Hobo Chili Recipe says, Aaron, did you do stand-up in Branson? Were you the opener for Yakov Smirnoff? No, I didn't. I didn't make it to the Branson circuit. When I had the radio show, we did comedy shows once a month when I was doing radio, and I would do a half hour. Some of it was impressions. Some of it would be show-related stuff because it was always our audience. That's cheating, by the way. When you get to do stand-up comedy in front of your radio audience, you kind of get lazy because you don't have to really become a good stand-up because, I mean, having a good set is simply making people laugh really hard. You know, all of these people who watch a guy kill and they go, yeah, but he's not good because artistically he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. Those are usually just failed features who really want people to be as miserable as they are. Look, I think they addressed this in an episode of Louie that Jim Florentine was on. If, respect the kill. A kill is a kill is a kill. If you go up there and the people who paid the money to go to the thing thought you were good, then you were good. If the next place you go to doesn't laugh and thought you sucked, then you suck. But if you get to perform in front of your radio audience, some comics fucking hate that. Some comics get really mad at you. Like, oh, you just perform in front of your radio audience. Yeah, what an asshole. When it comes to comedy, I found an audience and then just sold those people who really like me tickets to my show and packed the room with people who already thought I was funny. What a stupid dickhead move. Dustin Purcell says we need the Steel Toe Nightwave crossover. A couple funny cunts. Cheers, fellas. Yeah, Mersh and I have to do something together, but now that he's an outlaw, we'd probably have to do it on Rumble. I'm running with gypsies, tramps, and thieves over here. Hobo Chili Recipe says Aaron was working the assisted living facility circuit of comedy. No, we got to create our own circuit. The racist circuit is the one we got to. We just did it for our radio audience. It worked out nice. 140 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. Putting like 275, 300 people in Albany, Minnesota for a night. Oh, and then they're buying you drinks. And it, like I said, it's your radio audience. So it's like impressions you do from the show. Sneak in some show references. And then I probably had like 10, 12 minutes of material. Maybe. I would go up there with 20 to 30 minutes of material ready to go, but I'd usually only get to like 10 of it. Because the rest of it was crowd work and show shit and stuff like that. You know? It's just, No, and it was not the same. I never did the same set. It was always, I always switched it up a little bit. Elliot Page's non-functional lap lump says, Aaron, how dare you follow the most consistent pattern of what it takes to make it in comedy, you prick. I know. It's a nice little cheat code. Rusty Grammar says, is it cheating? You make us laugh for 4.5 hours in the morning, 2.5 hours in the PM. Why would we not want to get 30 minutes uncensored off air? Attaboy, Rusty Grammar. I'm going to have you write my fucking promotional sheets from now on. 140 away from tonight's goal. Carlos said those comedy shows sounded fun as fuck. I'm glad you still did them in the internet era. We do 2 or 3 a year now. But I'm going to get back into the radio game. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back in the radio. I'm going to take over. I'm going to be number one again. I want my crown back. These internet people are fucking weird and gross and not good at broadcasting. And I feel like it's, at least in this circuit that we found ourselves kind of loosely attached to, these people shouldn't be allowed to talk to me or about me. I got to get back into the business, and I have to establish the level. I've already established a level of separation, audience size-wise and quality-wise, but I have to establish a more ardent pecking order with these fucking ghouls. Enough is enough already. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I'm still waiting for a laugh. Is it in perpetuity? Yes, it's in perpetuity. There's absolutely no limit. Foulmouth Yoda says, AM radio, here you come. No. All right, we got to do some more stories here. We got about 7 minutes before we rattle the cans and see if we can knock out tonight's goal. By myself, do I knock out the goal by myself? Raymond is a 2.6%er with $5 coming in on PayPal. Thank you very much, guys. We are only 135 away from knocking this shit out. Thank you very, very much. Nothing wrong with performing to your audience, says Tim. Of course not. Of course not. Michael B says, imagine the internet people coming to your JoJo radio job. Oh, they'd be fucking terrible. They wouldn't make it. They'd be fired immediately. They would be awful. You mean the podcasters or you mean the audience people? Oh, no. I wouldn't go to radio and abandon YouTube. We'd add radio to the YouTube thing. That's what I want to do, is get back in there, keep the YouTube thing. This show would still be on, and even during commercial breaks, we would keep it on. And then we'd do the radio thing. And boy, would that be a blast. I'm telling you right now. Because like I said, we're fucking good at it. Conor McGregor's fiance has joined him in New York City, not to cut his dick off for the whole accusations of, fucking a girl against their will at a Miami Heat game. Not that. She's a down-ass bitch. She's standing by him amid the R-word allegations. Dee Devlin is making it clear that she's standing by Conor McGregor despite recent R allegations, jetting out to New York City this past weekend to spend a loving Father's Day with the UFC star. Now, here's my issue. Now, they might have an arrangement. They might have an open relationship. I don't know. But if Conor McGregor didn't R this woman, which he may very well not have. We saw the video. If the video is any indication, it didn't look like the way she was behaving did not match the description she gave of the thing to the rest of us, to the police. But even if he didn't R her, they still fucked, right? They still did something. Yeah, we can't prove it. Nobody knows but those two and maybe the people who were standing outside that bathroom. But, like, he was still fucking around on her. Is that just cool? Or are they just, that's part of the thing? That's part of the relationship? Is he just gets to fuck? Does she get to fuck? I don't know what the rules are. McGregor shared photos of the couple's holiday celebration on his Instagram page Sunday evening. And in the pictures, you can see Devlin looked as in love with the 34-year-old as ever before. Boy, TMZ can be gay. I don't know, man. Are you sure that she doesn't have him wrapped up like that because she did indeed cut his dick off? Oh, my God, there's all his children. God, those Irish procreate like the fucking bog-trotting potato farmers that they are. All right, Terry, you're going to do this for the white race. Now, you're Irish, so that's almost white. That's her. I mean, I don't not get the fucking around, but I don't know. When I first heard the allegations, I was like, you know what? I could see it. Athlete getting a little aggressive, a little too much testosterone running. He might be guilty. But then when I saw that video, I'm like, that's not really matching with what her story was. And sometimes you do get these women who, this happens and then they get treated like trash by the famous athlete and, they don't feel respected or whatever, so they regret it and try to take it back. It's a tricky situation. April says, open-ish relationship. His Father's Day Insta post made it look like she's pregnant again, too. God damn, Connor, you animal. Brie S. says he gave her all 13 inches. She got knocked up. She showed him the pregnancy thing, and he's like, I'm going to stay with you. And she said, well, thanks for nothing. Oh, Connor, that's all I need. Theodore Roosevelt says, I saw another video of her. She was smiling and hanging out with McGregor before the game. Yeah, you know what they'll say to that, though. Like, it doesn't mean you consent to fuck a guy in the bathroom. So unless you have video of her just... That's the thing now in general, though. Like, you can show just the woman, like, oh, yeah, look at her. She's getting fucked and she's loving it. She really enjoys it. And they're, the whole deal. And they'll be like, oh, well, that doesn't necessarily mean consent. Like, the bar for consent is just up. Like, probably from the time I was a kid to now, consent was like porn. You knew it when you saw it. We all kind of knew what consent was. Then it kind of became, it wasn't a no, and they'd kind of let you do your thing. Then it became, you need a yes. Then it became enthusiastic consent, where you needed yeses throughout. Like, it was like an oil change. You had to check in every few thousand miles to see if you were still good to go. And then eventually they got into these consent contracts, and it's just like, I can understand why so many younger guys now are like, I think I'll just whack off. It's, It's just getting very complicated now. All right, boys and girls, let's see if we are doing overtime tonight, or if I was right at the beginning of the show, and with no April, there is no goal. Let's fire up the music and see if we are doing 30 minutes of overtime tonight. Fire it up. Where's my whistle? There's my whistle. Let's see if we can do it. Streamlabs, PayPal. What do you call it? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. Get ready. Fire up the music. And here we go. All right, 135 away. Who's gonna join the 2.6ers? 2.6% of this audience carry the thing. I made a prediction at the beginning of the show that without April, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe you guys get close enough where we knock it out a little bit later in the week. Or with no April, we just take kind of a half day. We eat it. Cost of doing business, you know? 135 certainly isn't going to make or break Steel Toe in its totality. 260 from the Happy Plague Doctor. He says, all hail the 2.6ers. Exactly. Magic 8 Ball says, I can't donate. I spent all my money on wedding gifts for you and Chad. We are a listener-supported show. We live on audience donations. And we have that set number set for every show. Tonight, we got it down to 135. Let's see if we can do it. If you feel like chipping in, please do. If you want to become a VIP, $250 in 1 week gets you all 3 of our t-shirts, the 2 5.5-inch vinyl stickers, entrance into the VIP $100 drawing every single month, 2 tickets to every show we do, including the anniversary show, and a free item of new merchandise when it comes out every year. All right, let's see if we can do this thing. Phage lives. Do not apologize, sir. You're a very generous man. Let's see some new 2.6%ers on Steel Toe tonight. We have 3 minutes and change left to go. 3 minutes and change left on the clock. Let's see who's going to start the rally tonight. No April, I might be fucked right in the ass. It's possible, but let's get close. 135 away. And with 135 away, let's see how close we can get. Flex gifting a membership. Thank you. Matt Fields with $4.99. Danny Rebel got that membership. Add that with the membership we got earlier. And we're at 125. Here we go, guys. We can make this move. You can do it. 125 away. Did I do well enough solo tonight? And by the way, the time went very quick. Thank you, guys. Nicholas with $5 over on PayPal. 120 away. 120's very doable. It's getting closer and closer. I think you guys can do it. I think you got us here. Keep it going. Everybody throw in a little bit. $120 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats. Triple N says 2.6% hype train. Yes, absolutely. JJ Lynn says the chat's absolutely killing me on my birthday, and you're not doing so bad yourself, Aaron. Thank you very much. Rise Darth Jello with $10 says, can we get a short of laryngitis April singing a little Bismarcky? Maybe some Joe Cocker. 115 away. Closer and closer we get. 115 away and 2 minutes away from the end of the line here. Roots Calhoun says, sounds like a carny trying to get me to throw ping pong balls into goldfish bowls. That's what I am, Roots Calhoun. How long have you been listening to this show? How long have you been listening? I am a carny. I am a carnival barker. I am an honest, what do you call that? An honest e-beggar. An honest carnival barker. That's what I am. All right, 115 away from knocking it out. There's the links in the chat. Become part of the 2.6%ers. Kaya Mal with $5. 110 away from hitting tonight. Brielle says e-begging at its best. Nobody is better than me at the e-begging. Nobody. I'm the best in the business at it. All right, guys. 110 away. You can do the rest of it. Everybody jump in. We got about 1 minute left. 1 minute on the clock. Can we do it? Had a nice little rally there. Let's keep it moving. 110 away. If we get inside of 50, We got a shot. 105 away from knocking it out. 2.6 percenters. Let's go, says Tim. Let's go indeed. 105 away from hitting. How much time we got? We got about 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. 105 away. I said at the beginning of the show, no April, no goal, but you guys got close enough where you kind of made me believers. We will see. $10 coming in from 1-2 Skip to my Lou and another buck from JJ. Says a little change in the hat. Says 1-2 Skip to my Lou. 95, we're in the double digits. $95 away. Can we get there? Zen Rhino says if you get it under 100, you should do overtime on credit and trust the audience to hit the goal. Well, we're under 100. We'll see what this rally brings in while I wrap it up. I'll make you a deal, Zen. I think if the audience gets it under 70, I think they're good for the rest of it. And I would do it on overtime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh everything, give everybody a chance to do their last minute stuff. I'll hit refresh. And if it's under 70, by the time I'm done refreshing, I'll do the overtime on credit. And we'll knock out the rest by the end of the program. What do you say? All right, here we go. Magnum DUI with $5. Says, is Father's Day racist? Because, you know, it's not racist, but if you don't involve single moms, then it's remarkably sexist. $90 away. You guys asked for overtime on credit. I'm going to need you to meet me in the middle just a little bit. Otherwise, I can go take care of a sick April here. And I'll be honest with you. $90 away from the goal tonight is a lot closer than I thought we'd get. So I'd have no problem just cutting out. Oh, well, we didn't knock it out tonight. Go see if April's all right. No big deal. Under 75, though, I would say sure. But it doesn't look like we're going to get it this evening. Thank you guys, though. I'm telling you this. I consider it a W. I do. I see this as an absolute win. I did not see us getting this close this evening. So save your money. Save it for tomorrow morning because Johnny and I always have a tough time knocking it out on Tuesdays. We always have a real tough time knocking out that Tuesday morning goal. I don't know if you guys get sick of our fat asses or what, but save it. Drop it in tomorrow morning. Let's knock that. That's a more important one to knock out anyway. I'll write down the 90 in the corner here. Maybe we'll make it back later in the week. Sometimes that happens. Actually, every time that happens. But thank you guys very much. It was a fun show to do. I want you to hit like. I want you to hit subscribe. Getting within $90 of knocking out the goal all by myself, I feel really, really good about that. Thank you, boys and girls. Hope some of you decide to become VIPs tomorrow. That would be cool. Talk to you then, 6 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to go check on April, then get you guys a great show ready for tomorrow. We'll see.